Well, what's up, guys? It's Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and I'm over at the Mill Creek property. Haven't brought you guys over here in quite a while. So I loaded up the 574 and a flail mower because I have not kept up with all of my trails and everything, all the mowing that needs to be done over here. It's just been a busy spring. That's just the simplest way to put it. And, you know, Houston's had a new bass boat adventure. You know, he's kept us busy on the boat. We've been doing a lot of fishing, but I have started getting a few game camera pictures of some really decent bucks here and at home, and it's time to start thinking about deer season. So I'm gonna spend a couple days over here working, cleaning up. I have not mowed around the cabin since before the tornado, and that was like April 27th. So a lot of work needs to be done over here. I need to pull some cameras, replace some batteries. I'm gonna put out a little feed, see if we can get some good pictures of some deer over the next few days, and see what kind of bucks we're working with this year, because we only harvested one buck here last year, and there were some really big bucks running around. But I don't know, I'm excited. Deer season is still a ways off. October 1st, the first day of bow season, so here we are mid-July, and it's time to start thinking about deer hunting. Changing out some camera batteries. This is the field where Houston killed his buck last year. I don't have any corn in the feeders yet, but I picked up a hitchhiker. Will you dump one of those out for me? I may,
Both of them?
But not just one of them.
Just one of them. I got a fish in my mouth.
Well, just dump it. It's fine. Just dump it out. Probably just draw in a bunch of pigs, all we're gonna do. But I may go tomorrow, go feed store and get some corn and start running some deer feeders. I'm gonna take a battery. I'm sure this battery needs to be recharged, so I'm gonna take it out. Probably get a couple of these up and going over the next couple of days, and see if we can get some pictures of some big bucks. So I have no idea where that came from. Came out of the sky during the tornado, I guess.
I guess.
I don't really know what it is. It's like a big tarp.
Some kind of tarp, yeah.
But the tornado was nowhere near here. It fell out of the sky. This guy said he looks homeless. Just got off work, man.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, this one's still got corn in it. Not much. I'm sure it needs a new battery. Probably why it still has a little corn in it. It did. Oh, yeah, Battery's unhooked. That makes a difference. They hadn't been charged in a while. We'll take them home, charge them, bring them back tomorrow. Well, I got a couple hours of mowing in. And like I said, I'm not trying to mow the entire place right now. If I was really wanting to do some serious mowing, I'd bring that Rhino Flex Wing mower over here. It's a 10-foot wide mower, but I'm not trying to mow entire fields or anything. We're just cleaning up some trails, cleaning up some areas around some deer feeders and stuff. And Weston made it home from work, so he wanted to go out for a ride and check things out and see what all I'd been doing, chit-chatting. So we dumped out a little feed, changed some batteries and some cameras. But I think I'm gonna go home now because it's almost 7 o'clock in the evening, and I'm sure my wife has supper ready. So probably in the morning I'll hit the gym, go to the feed store and get some corn, come fill up some deer feeders, put some new batteries in them. Should be good to go. See what kind of big bucks show up. Look at that. 2 baby coyotes in the road. Well, one now, but came over the hill and, oh, there they are. Here's the other one. Came over the hill and they were just laying in the road. They're still quite a ways in front of me, but well, I made a pit stop on my way through town. I had to stop and get fuel and stuff, and stop and check on our Cotto mini excavator. We have it back in town. It's not really doing tornado relief cleanup anymore, but getting ready to start putting things back together. So it's back in town for a while. My buddy's using it. He if you'll remember, he had a store that sat right down there, and it got completely obliterated by the tornado back in April. And man, things are getting cleaned up. There used to be a gas station over there. There's some apartments on top of the hill over there that got smashed, but some folks, like that set of duplexes over there, look at that. I mean, they're not brand new, but they look brand new now. It's got a new roof, new siding, new windows. I mean, basically a new house over there, but a lot of this still looks like a disaster area. But things are being rebuilt and things are starting to come back. And I haven't been up here running this. I just loaned it to my buddy. He's a way better heavy equipment operator than I am anyways, but he managed to purchase the lot that was behind the store also. So there used to be a house here. It got completely demolished in the tornado, but there's where his store was, and then there's this large retaining wall. So I'm not exactly sure what they're going to rebuild, what kind of store size they're going to put back in. But either way, he is going to be tearing all of this out, leveling it all out, and he's using the excavator to kind of go through here and pull out some rocks, find all the buried utilities and all the different things. And obviously he's gonna have to get some bigger equipment in here to finish the job, but at least he's getting some work out of our Cotto Mini X right now. So, all right, back to what I was doing. Well, I guess I'm done mowing for the day. I wasn't planning on quitting yet, but I have a problem. So this Moschio flail mower has hydraulics to where you can slide it, you can offset it to one side or the other, and those hydraulics plug into the rear remotes on the tractor. Well, somehow I managed to have one of those come unplugged, and the hoses run, you know, like this. When that came unplugged, it fell down and managed to get ran over by the flail mower. So I could probably keep mowing. Obviously it's not, you know, super vital, but I'm not gonna mow anymore today. But I'm gonna take this apart and take that hose to a hydraulic store and get a new end put on it, I guess. Well, I tell you what, it did not take long to start getting deer to show up on camera. I run cameras year round, game cameras. I've got multiple. I think there's 3 that I've left out here on this property, and 3 or 4 at the house and my neighbor's place. Deer season this year should be interesting. We've got 160 acres of land here to hunt, the 110 that we live on, plus at least my neighbor's property, the Kirby place next to me. It's 160 acres that no one else should be hunting on this year. So should be interesting. Now, no sign of the mega giant buck from last year yet. I've not seen any kind of velvet pictures of him yet, or the crew that he was running with last year during velvet. But we've got some pretty decent bucks showing up, and I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna tell you which property they're on and where they're at and all that stuff if we get some big bucks on camera that I share pictures and videos of. There's just too many poachers. Easiest way to put it. And yeah, so I'm gonna go fill up some feeders and hopefully entice some of these big bucks to make their presence known, show up on camera. right, that feeder's up and running, good to go. Got a camera set, full battery. Should be good for at least about a month. I put 150-ish pounds of corn in it. Goes off a couple times a day, just enough, really not enough to like supplemental feed a deer herd. Honestly, it's just an attractant, just something to get them coming in so that we can get a picture of them. Really, it's corn, it's whole corn. It's not a lot of nutrition. There's some empty carbohydrates, I guess, is about all it is right there. So, alrighty, on to the next one. So it's been about 5 months now since we did our prescribed fire on this property. We burned about 60 or 70 acres, and there's some areas on this place that are night and day different. Like places that used to not have hardly any grass at all are just knee-high in native grass and different things, and not all of it's perfect. And that was our first controlled burn on this property. I would like to do it on a rotation every few years, but it was a very successful burn. I feel like we did a great job of accomplishing the goal of killing a lot of cedar trees. We still have a lot more to go. We're nowhere near finished with this property. I don't know that you're ever really finished. And I really don't know what the end goal for this place is. You know, is this something that we keep and hang on to and pass down to the kids, or is this something that I get out here and work on and increase the property value and make it nicer, make it better, and sell it and roll it into another property and do the same thing? I really honestly don't know. Drop it. Uh-oh. Well, that battery's gonna have to be replaced soon. It's working, but it's just barely slinging corn, so we'll have to pick up another battery because I just took those home and charged them, and clearly that one's not fully charged. Didn't do any good. Well, it's about 95 degrees and I'm hot and sweaty. It's time to go find something better to do. But got a lot accomplished over here over the last couple days, and this property's cool. This place is cool, and this property is like a dream come true, I guess, in a way. Yesterday, July the 9th, marked 4 years since I walked away from my career as an Oklahoma State Trooper. 4 years. That's crazy to me. I spent 14 years in law enforcement as a state trooper, and never once in the first 12 years did I ever think I would leave. At least not prior to 20, 25, maybe 30 years. I thought that was going to be a lifelong career. And I've always said, and I've always believed, I've always said I'm very blessed to live on the property where I live. My dad bought that place. I did not. He bought it in the early 80s. It's 110 acres, has the most beautiful creek running through it, and I'm very fortunate to live in the house where I grew up. But never in my wildest imagination did I ever think I would be able to afford to purchase another 80 acres. And then a few years later, another 80 acres. And this, you know, we put this 160 together over the last few years, and still needs a lot of work. I mean, but this field right behind me right here, right at a year ago, you couldn't walk through this field. This field was solid cedar trees. I spent days over here with the skid steer and a disc mulcher mulching up all of those cedar trees that so many people said I was making a mistake in doing, and that it would never grow back in grass for many years because of all the cedar mulch and blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I guess I say that to say, well, don't listen to silly people. Never tell big dreams to a small-minded person, because they'll ruin them for you. But more importantly, God has a plan, and his plans are way better than we could ever imagine. And not everything always goes great in life. I'll be the first to admit it. My mom died in a car accident when I was 6. My dad passed away from cancer when I was 21. And I mean, literally 6 months before I graduated college, 6 months before I got married, 6 months before I started my new career as a state trooper, I lost my dad. Most important person in my life. God doesn't promise the smoothest of roads, but his plan for our life is so much more than we could ever imagine. And sometimes it is really difficult to know where God's leading you. I'll be the first to admit it. I never in my mind did I ever think I would leave the patrol after 14 years. Never did I think we could ever afford to buy a piece of property like this and then follow that up with purchasing the merch property and purchasing, you know, or building the building that we've built over there, and all the things that, doors that have been opened up for us, blow my mind. And I can remember for a couple years as a state trooper going, is this where God wants me, or does God want me to walk away from this career and pursue this life on the internet and YouTube and Facebook and social media and all of that? And I was confused, didn't understand it. But for about a year and a half, probably, while I was still a state trooper, I had this feeling of, I think there's something else. I think I'm supposed to do something else. And I have no idea. I've said this multiple times. I have no idea how long this whole world's going to last. I mean, it could all change and be doing something else in a couple years. But the last 4 years have been an incredible ride. And having places like this where I can work and spread a message are incredible. It's amazing. And like I said earlier, I have no idea how long we're going to own this piece of property. I have no idea what this place is going to look like in 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 years. I don't know. I have no clue where God's going to lead us on this journey that we call life. But it's amazing. And I thank him so much for all the blessings that I've had and have, and my family and my wife and my kids and everything. And it's just awesome. So guys, remember, do something today to make somebody smile, because you never know, it just might change the world. Guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. You guys have a great day. And as always, we'll see you on the next video.